Thank you for joining me. I'm going to show you how to paint this boat in the sunset with the light glowing effect. Before we continue, please subscribe and turn on notification so you won't miss any future watercolor lessons. I only use these two enjoyingart brushes to have the same learning experience. Purchase yours today at enjoyingart.com brushes. The first thing I'm going to find out is the composition. I'm going to have that coming over here, okay? Yeah, all the way to the right-hand side, like a horizontal line, like that. This is pretty good. So the first decision first, right? This is great. And maybe this side even a little bit higher. This one a little bit lower. This is good. So the tree over here, and there's a boat over here. The boat is darker as well as the boat over here darker. So we can do those later. We don't have to actually paint around those darker shapes. Okay, and there's some shape over here that's very interesting. You see that there's the lead attention toward the head of the boat. So we're gonna put a little bit shape for finding that where is the shape of the main boat. Okay, like that. This is pretty good. And we have some reflection over here, and we have them based on what we're gonna do, and we can paint the reflection after if we want to. Okay, look at the blue color in the reflection. It's mostly is the red shade blue color. I have red shade blue color over here and green shade blue color over here. And where we're going to start now, the compositions we're already done at this point. So now we're going to take a look, and we're going to take a look over here. This guy over here, this is the light source, right? This is the light source. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just wet the top over here. Okay, I'm going to wet it. This is good, like that. And as well as down over here, I'm going to wet around the light area. Inside the light area, we don't need to actually wet it. We want it to be just a little bit lighter. Okay, we ignore lots of those things. Like over here, if you want to, you can use the gouache white. Later, you can add those color in. But we're going to see if we can do that without the help of the opaque white paint. Okay, now first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look at, have a little bit more like an orange color in the top. Just make a little bit yellow and the red. Here we go. Now put it right here on the top over here, coming down. And you can leave some of the area a little bit lighter. That's just fine, right? Like this. It's just good. Like that. This is pretty good. And down over here, we're going to have a lot more yellow color. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have the lot more yellow color over here. Like that. And here you go. So this is good. And I'm going to have just a little bit more like a light orange. Like I put it in over here. Let it a little bit softer. Get down to the yellow color down over here. And then at the bottom over here, also see a little bit yellow color, right? Some yellow color over here. Here you go. Coming in over here. You can see that. That's just the yellow color. And just look for what are the base color. Okay, I'm going to get a little red with this, a little bit kind of orange color. This is good, right over here. And seeing that the bottom over here, a little bit yellow, orange, right? Yellow, and a little bit over here, orange. That's just good. And have a little color coming in over here. Now, quickly, this color is going to go into the blue color. So I'm going to make this a little bit tiny softer. That's just good. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start having this red shade blue color. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have a little bit tiny red shade blue color over here. Here you go. Like that. That's just good. Now coming in here. Now looking at that. That's you need to ignore. And the color that you don't need to worry about. Like that. We're going to try to see we can leave up some of the light area, okay? Like over here, we can just leave a little bit shape like this. That's just good. We don't have to keep the same exact shape, okay? Come a little bit more coming in and have a little shape like that. So I try to leave a little light shape over there. And also going to try to leave a little light shape over here too, okay, like that. And this is good, right? Look before you make your painting, okay? Make the action. That's good. Okay, this is good. Like seeing that, this is the base color. This is good. Right? And take a look at the front over here. I'm going to get a little bit more blue and also get a little bit more green shade blue color as well. Like that. Okay. So, and also members, let me know if you like this kind of event. We probably can do more in the future. Okay, this is good. All right, now we're done the first part, right? In the sky, looks like we can go back to do another round. Let's take a look. It's almost dry. We're going to keep it a little few minutes. So at this point, we can switch, and we just finished like almost 7 minutes now. Now I'm going to come into the yellow, and we need to get a little bit blue color because there's a little bit more greenish. I'm going to put the color in here. Right, this is good. And when you use the red shade blue color, the green is not going to be a bright green color because it has the red color in it. So now I'm going to have it right over here on the top. Okay, this is good. We paint this before the blue, right? So this is good, like that. A little bit soft. That's perfect. Perfect timing. Okay, that's like that. This is good. And maybe have a little bit red color in there too, because you can make it a little bit more gray. Okay, put the too much red. I'm going to get just a little bit, okay? Not much, a little bit into this. Okay, here we go. Like that. I'm going to have that. That's good enough. Okay, like that. Go all the way into the boat. This is good. Like that. And right under here is no worry. We can actually, if you cannot leave it clearly, and that will be a little bit later. So, okay, this is good. At the bottom over here, I'm going to start at a little bit more yellow, right? A little bit more yellow. Take a look at over here. And a little bit yellow over here, like that. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit more yellow, like that. That's good. You see that? That's just very nice. Have the sky a little bit more yellow coming up. And over here, also put a little bit more yellow under in the reflection over here. I'm going to see. And this is a good timing to put a little bit yellow color over here. So that also get a little bit softer. You can see a little bit more yellow. And seeing that? That's just great. Okay, seeing that? Some a little yellow color over here too. And we talk about that whether or not we can do a little lifting. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit more yellow like that over here. This is good. Now we're going to see if we can do a little lifting like over here. Now I'm going to just with a brush, but not totally dry. I'm going to put a little color over here. In fact, I'm just going to put a little bit orange color right in here and let it softer and going into the background. This is good, like that. This is good. And I'm going to do a little bit tiny lifting. And in here, okay, here you go. Lift up a little bit. You see that? Very easy. Just don't make too much water though, because here, if you have too much water, the water would bleed and push the color. Okay, just a little bit tiny, that will be fine. Okay, I'm going to have this a little bit lighter as well. And I'm also going to put a little bit more yellow color right in here. See that? That's just beautiful. And I'm going to have a little bit red, orange color right over here. This is good. And like that. That's just nice. And let's take a look. And that color is pretty interesting. We can leave it that way. And the top over here is already dry. Now I'm going to come back with the flat brush, I'm going to have a little bit tiny red color in the sky because we're a little bit too plain. So I'm going to have that. Maybe a little bit blue color. So it's a little bit too bright like that. That's just good. Over here, like that. Have a little bit texture. That's just good. I want a little bit tiny texture coming over here. So the foundation is very important, okay? So take care of the foundation before we're going in. So this is great. Now, this is already getting dry already. So we're going to just go into coming in to finish the painting in no time. I'm going to just get a little bit blue color. Now, I'm going to take just the red shade blue color, which is what I use, is the French ultramarine. Okay, now I'm going to have that depth over here, like that. Okay, and in fact, this whole area, not just depth, it actually see more of the whole area. I have a little bit more those, a little bit red plus the red shade blue color. I'm going to just put that in here like that. It's seeing this whole area and with that color. Oh, see that? You can get things a little bit more and more together. Okay, here you go. Like that. And when you come over here, you have some more sparkling light. Okay, this is good. A little bit more, like I'm moving in. Right? Alright. And I'm gonna come in here. So if you need members, if you need to speak, please turn on the microphone, but after you can turn off the microphone so that we have a better and experience, because some members want to be more focused. But if you have any question for me, please just turn it on, and then you can ask the questions while I'm doing the demo. Okay, it's very good. All right, let's continue on this. It's going to be very fun. You see that? It's just almost getting there, right? So I'm going to get a little bit more and going on this side too. And in the middle over there, I'm going to use more like a dry brush, okay? Like over here. Just think about the whole shape over here. It actually have a little bit more, just the whole shape of the blue color, okay? Like that. And even have a little bit green. That would be fine, like that. Okay? Just think about that whole shape. We're going to see how much we can do in 25 minutes. That's just my goal. Okay, I'm going to looking at the clock over here. We have 30 minutes past. Kind of fun. Okay, we try to beat our limit. Okay, this is good. When you get a little bit more to it over here, we're going to just have a little bit more of the light. Okay, I'm going to just put simple shape like that. That's good. And this is good. Okay, you see a little bit sparkling. This is good. Now I'm going to use a little bit dry brush. Just take a little yellow. Open up the brush. Okay. That's just have a little bit more like sparkling light. That's just good. Okay. All right. And got that. I'm going to have a little bit dry brush with the blue color too. And open it up. Okay, this is good. Like this. A little bit dry brush. Okay, over here too. All right. Okay, now it's just getting there. I'm going to have a little bit more blue color. Okay, a little bit tiny more. I'm going to just dab on it. Have a little bit more. Some are, that's good. Like that. Getting there. And this is good. Why don't we do a little bit more in the water? Okay, now I'm going to have a little bit more blue and have a little bit more red. Okay, this is good. Seeing that, that's just a beautiful color. Now let's take a look. We're going to have them shadow like that, and I have some shadow like coming in, and a little bit more, and a little bit like this. Okay, this is good. The line going through, that's just the shadow side. And I'm gonna have a little bit more the blue. Okay, here we go. Have that like this. This is good. And we can soften the color a little bit. And here you go. That's a little bit more. Think about the rhythm. Okay, you don't have to have that very repetitive, but it need to be more like create some rhythm and interesting. And over here, we're gonna do the reflection a little bit later. Okay, a little bit more over here. Have a little bit reflection, the shadow. That's just good. Now getting there, right? So now I'm gonna have just the little bit wet brush, just soften that a little bit more. That's just good. Okay, and coming over here. Here we go. Here we go. That's good. A little bit softer. And coming over here a little bit. Here you go. Now I'm going to have just a little bit more blue. A little bit more blue over here. Have a little bit shadow. A little bit darker over there too. Okay, here you go. That's just good. A little bit tiny more. Now the last thing we're going to do is painting the boat. Let's take a look. I'm going to start from the area that is a little bit brighter yellow. And that is from the top. I'm going to have the brush right over here. Right in here, right? And then going on to this side. And I'm going to paint just the top over here. Have a little bit more yellow edge. Like that. That's just good. I'm not using actually too much water. Okay. So it going to appear to be very interesting. This is good. The edge. I'm going to have the person sitting over here. Looks like. Is that a person? Okay, here we go. That's just good. A little bit like that. Okay, that's just good. Now we're going to add a little bit darker color. So what's the darker color? You guys notice that, right? So it's just the red and the blue color. Okay, this is good. And a little bit more red. And if you want a little bit more yellow, it's a little bit more brownish color. Okay, I'm going to paint the body over here first. Okay, like that. This is good. So I have a little bit soft edge. That will be fine. Like that. Okay, coming over here. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have this shape. Okay. You don't have to make it very clear. Like imagining you are in the scene and the lights is very intense and you will not be able to see things very clear. That's just good. Like that. So you get the atmosphere, get the feeling into the painting. It's very important. Okay. Coming over here, this is good. A little bit soft. And as well as the shape of the person. Okay, here we go. And here you go, like that. And coming down over here. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to do a little bit for the person. I'm going to have a little bit tiny orange color. Okay. Have a little bit more. And just get the red and the yellow. That's just good. Now I'm going to put that right over here. So I have a little bit more graduate coming down. So very nice. Just you don't have to do much about it. Okay, that's good. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to have a little bit more. Yeah, darker color. So get a little bit more blue. And the red color, right? A little bit more blue. Okay, this is good. And here you go. That's applied to a little bit lower. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna have this coming over here like that, right on top of this horizon line. Okay, that's good. So watercolor painting or any painting, right, it's all about your decision-making process. It's very crucial, very important. And what you are thinking in each step, that's just very important. Now we got the boat. Now the next thing, I'm going to make this a little bit darker over here too. You're seeing that that's a little bit away from the light already. So you can have a little bit darker. And now at this point, I also can use a little bit more red. Oh, maybe too much. So I'm going to just draw a little line on the top over here. Okay, this actually have a little bit rectangular shape. Okay, that's just good. Like that. It may not be exactly in the right location. That will be fine. I'm going to have that over here. And over here too, a little line coming over here like that. This is pretty good. Now we'll come back to take care of the line. Now I'm going to use a little bit lighter. So I'm going to get just a little bit yellow, a little bit more red. Let's make this a little bit tiny more lighter for the boat in the distance. Okay, here we go. Okay, like that. That's good. And over here. Okay, coming all the way onto this side. This is good. We're going to have a little big boat over here as well. This is good. I'm going to have a couple shape over here. Look like the person over here. Yes, it's pretty good. And I'm going to have a little bit tiny darker over here. Have something over here. Like that. A little bit line cross over. Everything in you is all visual language. The visual elements is only line, shape, and how dark the color, how warm, how cool the color. This is very simple. Now I'm going to come back over here, take a look at the top over here. I'm going to have a little line coming down over here. Okay, here you go. Like that. That's good. I have another vertical line. And let's see, maybe a little bit more yellowish. Kind of a little bit brighter. And a little bit even more greenish color. A little bit more yellow. Okay, there we go. Now take a look at over here. There's another line coming down over here. Like that. This is pretty good. I can take a little bit more yellow. Okay, here we go. Another line over here. You can make it, you don't have to make it so thick. Okay, this line a little bit longer. I'm going to have it right over here. This is good. Like that. Ooh, pretty nice. So here we go. Now we almost reach out to the time that we have. Okay, here we go. I'm going to have this all the way, draw the line all the way over here. This is good. You don't have to make it very clear. That's fine. And coming down all the way over here like this. This is good. And I'm going to have this a little bit longer. And like that. There's a little bit shape over here. It's kind of interesting. So I'm going to have a little bit more tiny, a little bit more orangeness color. Okay, have a little bit more. And have a little bit more shape right there. Have a little bit more water. Here we go. Now see that? That's a little shape over here like that. I don't know what that would be. And anyone can tell me. And I'm going to have a little bit darker. And here you go. Like that. Have some up over here. This is good. Right? This is pretty good. And I can, if you want, you can have a little bit more details. So I'm going to coming on to the other side. And some of the line, vertical line, is having the vertical line is very important in a painting because of most of the line we see, it would be horizontal line. So, and have the vertical line, you can actually stop the motion of the moving forward to away from the painting. Okay, like that. That's just good. Like that. And now we're going to put the reflection back over here, before we do that, and I also need to make sure the horizontal line is actually horizontal, like that, and coming down a little bit, tiny down. Okay, this is good. And see that? This is pretty good. Now I'm going to coming over here, very much the same color, right? Here we go. Now reflection. Okay, this is good, like that. This is good. And here we go. That's good. Leave a little gap. That's good. Like that. And when you get a little bit closer, it's going to get a little bit more orange in this color. Okay, this is good. Yep, take a look. Right over here. Like that. Here you go. Just think about how the shape look. Okay, that's good. Connect that in, and we'll also get a little bit the gap over here, and here we go. We're gonna see that reflection of the person. Okay, this is good. We're gonna get a little bit more yellow. This is good. Get a little bit tiny more red. This is wonderful. Okay, now seeing that person right over here. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. That's good. And maybe a little bit too bright. Maybe okay. So get a little bit more green color. Here we go. Okay. Have a little bit darker. Reflected. That's the reflection. Okay. Get a little bit more shape. Like that. A little bit darker. Okay. Here we go. Now over here too. Have a little bit darker. Okay, a little bit away from the light. So here we go. Are you guys ready? Okay. That's good. And a little bit line. Vertical line like this. Okay, that's good. Alright. Like that. That looks pretty good already. And is there anything else we need to do? And let's take a look at. For the last thing, I'm going to have just a little bit more thicker yellow color right over here. See that? This is good. Have a little bit brighter like that. And here you go. Some yellow color over here from the top. Okay, this is good. Oh, would you be able to get a little bit more? And little bit more the shape over here like that in the middle, have that little bit more yellow. Oh, this is good. You can feel the intensity of light over here, and I can see I can have a little bit more darker shape over here, a little bit thicker like that too. This is good. I like that. Be a little bit more stronger like over here too. And here you go. Now see what is the key shape. Okay, over here too, a little bit darker. Okay, that's good. A little bit darker over here. And alright, a little bit darker over here too, like that. And that's a little shape down over here like that. And a little shape down over here. That's the. And then we're going to, okay, have a little bit more. Just a little bit lighter, maybe over here, like that. And then coming back over here, have a few line in the reflection as well. So I changed a bit the line, so it's going to be the line location will be different from the reference as well. Okay, coming like this, a little bit lower. And over here, like that, coming down. And that's good. Like that, over here. And have a little bit line coming on this side. This is good. And the line change location. And the reflection will be also change location. And here you go, like that. And here you go. That's good. A little bit. Like that, a little bit line. Like that, crossover. Okay. Now, it looks pretty good. It looks like the top over here, the end of the boat, need to be a little bit higher. So I'm going to make this a little bit higher to get a better balance. So I'm going to have this a little bit more, a little bit higher like that. This is good. And make this a little bit more higher. That's so wonderful. And I think the balance of this painting is pretty good, and I just need to have a little bit tiny more red. Okay, over here, I see a little bit tiny more red right at the bottom over here. Just put that color in, and see that? There's a little bit tiny more red over here as well. And I can see a little bit tiny more red on the side over here. So this is good. Now, make the a little bit warmer color, and this is good. Like that. If you like this painting lesson, share it in your communities and tell me your own experience. I will looking forward to see you in my next video.